to look at that.
Yeah, I mean, and I know that you
No.
looking, and that's you hitting that restriction on me. And I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing wrong, but I'm just telling you, like, you wrong. Like, do you expose your children mishaps? We are all being grown. We have all made mistakes. We have all been in relations and had relations, and we've all done certain. I couldn't imagine my mama doing me like this. I just could not imagine my mama or my grandmama or my granny exposing me this way in front of all these people to know the inside of the captivity of my hot pocket. Like, I mean, you basically took us down a dive of her whole inside of her soul, and like, it's weird to me. What you did yesterday was, I found very suspect, disrespectful.
I had to take a couple of shots after that. Like because
I
it
cringed for that
hurt my
baby.
feelings. I know how it is, you know,
And
with
the one
a
thing that just
parent doing
completely
that.
took me out, y'all, was when she said she was 12 and she wanted it.
Yeah,
You
no.
What?
The 8. It was 8. It was 8 for
It was
me.
8.
But
I
no,
thought
It was
she
like,
8.
to be honest, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna, I don't hate, you know what I'm saying, nobody or anything like that. I just love that I found somebody to
no, okay,
talk
8.
about
I
it
thought she
with.
said
That's it.
12.
No,
Okay.
she said
Yeah, she
8.
said 8. She said 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought,
that's what she
what
said.
happened at 12? What
She
happened
said
at 12?
She said 12, and then she said 8. She started at 8, but at 12,
Then changed it to
then
said
changed it.
12.
Okay.
And then a trampoline or something like that. But you know what I mean? Like, regardless, I just feel like I was in the chat yesterday telling Mercedes that she needs to just talk to her mom. Like, y'all really needs to be somebody there, but both of y'all cannot be arguing at each other. Both of y'all need to talk. You an adult, right? Let's talk like an adult, but let's, you know what I'm saying?
Her mama
Be a
is
little
set
bit
in her
better.
ways, and she's a victim to everything and everybody.
But
That lady is just set in her ways and can't be moved.
hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Y'all know what, Kai? If I could show y'all a video, man, y'all would trip the fuck out, cause I cried for days. Every time I think about it being on my fucking damn computer, I still cry. Do you know she actually pulled that girl clothes down, and what she did to her is actually child molestation?
Oh
She
Lord.
inserts and smells this girl.
Oh Lord.
And it's on
For
video. Her
what?
sister showed
Which
it to
really is a CPS case in and of itself. I'm a CPS
CPS.
advocate
Done seen it and
for,
did absolutely nothing.
and so
Y'all
the
know.
reality is Mercedes has the right. So Mercedes has the most power out of everybody right now. Now
She
that
can
she's
have her up.
grown and child and CPS has failed to protect them kids, Mercedes literally has the right now to sue
Somebody
the.
please tag Mercedes in this live.
It's public.
She ain't
It's
gotta
She
say
has the
public.
nothing.
right
She
to
gotta say
sue
word.
Batesville,
Just tag her.
Mississippi's child welfare system and sue them to smithereens for failure to protect, as well as failure to protect her siblings. I'm telling you this right now. I audit the child welfare system for a living.
None of your business why I
Somebody in the
have it.
comments yesterday when Poo Poo was on, well, Big Mama, whatever, when she was on there, they said CPS coming. But when Mercedes was talking and stuff like that yesterday too, I told her, stop, you know, telling people exactly, you know what I'm saying, where you at, everything like that, because it's people that's coming from her page and then going back to tell her mom and make her more upset. You know what I'm saying? Because it's no way. Everybody heard Mercedes said that she didn't even know how to pin her Cash App. She didn't even, you know, she didn't
That's
even
exactly
ask for
what
no
she
money. So
didn't.
it's just
She
like,
did not.
okay, if now that you know for sure that she said that, you should have just took the post down. That's what the way I was looking at it. And I was more so hurt more than anything because I felt like Big Mama was like a mom that everybody would probably imagine or something like that or whatever, right? Just a mom of TikTok. And then now it's just like, I just I can't even imagine how Sadie's is feeling. I wouldn't even want to go back to school now, for real. I wouldn't.
If
Okay,
you
now quick question for everybody. Like, okay, so I asked, because I'm one of them type. I asked people to tag her so that if she's listening, can y'all tell her what she can do if you have any information on how she can move forward to just, if it's anything that she wants to do to like silence her mom as far as legally, if she wanted to do it that way because she's 18 or older, if she's considering that, or a best way to be able to talk to her mom, you know, is there
She be
any
responding
advice
back
that you
to the
can give her?
she likes the comments too. I noticed that yesterday because when you go through there, like people was in there telling her they so sorry and everything like that. And she was liking them. So I feel like even if you tag her and she don't see it, say for instance, she might be asleep because she probably restless. But if you go in her comments and then say something, she'll see it like that too, because she do be looking at her comments.
Let me
And
tell
it
y'all
sounds
something.
like a
Let me
lot of
tell
people.
y'all something right quick for everybody that keeps saying she 18 and
Okay,
can leave.
I got you, love.
Y'all need to please go look at Solo, her brother's comment, what he said. He done told y'all why Mercedes can't leave. She manipulates them into believing if they leave, they going to jail and this, that, and the other. She has them brainwashed. He has told y'all why the girl can't leave. She has them believing that they can't leave until she tell them to leave and this, that, and the other. She wouldn't let the girl have a job, so she couldn't be independent and make her own money and do anything for herself. She whined him about $2,000 that she gave Mercedes for Christmas. Christmas. She didn't give it to her 2 days ago. She gave it to her back in December, way before Christmas. She did a video giving them the money. So why in the hell are you raising hell at an 18-year-old about how she spent $2,000 from December to March? All y'all
Well,
grown folks, somebody gave you
her daughter
$2,000
said that it was spent on clothes. It was spent on what she
on
wanted
her
to spend it on.
friends.
She kind of blew it. Keiko with if I pronounce your name wrong.
Pico.
Keiko. Okay, go ahead, love. You wanted to say
So what
something?
I just wanted to say this really quick. So collectively, there was about 13,000 people watching her live, right? And so out of those 13,000 people, we probably had 2,000 mandated reporters watching this in real time. And anybody who's in the healthcare system, anybody who works with the school district, anybody who works in public service is a mandated reporter, which means us hearing this information firsthand about what's going on. Some of you guys have even more information. That means you have a legal responsibility to contact CPS. Then CPS could decide and filter out whatever. And if enough people had contacted CPS and gave firsthand information rather than third-party information, it's going to trigger a response from CPS. And so that's my whole thing. If we want to help and we want to help those kids, those who are mandated reporters who have firsthand information, please contact them. If I had their information, if I knew all the details, I would be in a better situation to say whatever I need to say in terms of to the authorities or whatever. Because my whole thing is this: if she said Sadie's been doing all this since she was 8, that means you've been failing to protect these kids for the past decade.
Exactly.
And that's concerning, which means what are you doing to protect these younger vulnerable kids? You said Jolly got autism. That is a vulnerable person. That's not only is she the youngest, but she's considered a vulnerable child. And vulnerable children need to be protected, correct? And so those who are sitting on evidence and everything else that could help protect these kids now. Yes, Sadie's is 18 and she actually has the power to do that and will have way more information than a lot of us. But she's not safe in a position to do that. So the people who are next to that, who are mandated reporters, I really urge you guys to do the right thing. Because yes, a lot of us is watching and, oh yeah, it's entertaining or whatever, but not at the expense of these kids. So I would suggest that those who are mandated reporters to stand up. It sounds like her name is Tiffany Lynette Curry and lives in Batesville, Mississippi. So those of you who have firsthand information, I would encourage you
She live at
to
number
move forward.
13, 7th Road.
Say it again, baby.
Number 13, 7th Road.
I think y'all already talked about this, but I really don't approve how Big Mama is moving about telling Mercedes business online. Like that's really not a good move by a mother. Just very, very, very childish.
She's been doing that to that girl. That girl, she had that girl on the internet at the age of 12. So her kids
F1
don't
in
know
the
what it means
comments.
to
I'm
be a
being
kid.
reported. F1 in the comments.
So those kids never had a chance to be kids. She always manipulated them.
I wonder did they get the fighting or something because Big Mama was her hair was just done. Now it's like I'm not trying to be funny, but it's just now I'm looking at this background thing, right? And it looked like I don't know, maybe Mercedes didn't come back in because they was fighting outside and I don't know.
She did that to her hair and pulling that peel ball out that hat. She did that. She did that herself, sitting in that damn
Who's
pot of
snoring online, y'all?
that
Everybody
porta
just
potty.
everybody speak. That's not falling asleep online. You falling asleep
Her
online.
full name is Tiffany Lynette Curry. Tiffany Lynette Curry. Batesville, Mississippi, 7th Road.
Seventh
Okay?
row.
Sage, who was that gentleman you had on there a couple years ago that was telling us about her?
Her brother. Oh no, the funeral home director,
The funeral
Jerry
home,
Cooley.
yep.
Mr. Cooley. It's still on my page. Mr. Cooley told y'all, do not fool with that woman. That woman is a
Sure
liar and a
did.
con.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
she don't do nothing but lie and steal. And he advised everybody to leave that woman alone. Everybody in Batesville know how she is. And the secret to what Kai and what Kaiko said, I'm hoping I'm saying your name right. Everybody can flood the damn CPS channel and the police station. Thousands of people make calls about this. Somebody gonna have to get up off their ass and do something. And
Yes,
see,
ma'am.
it's recorded again. Somebody said, why did I have the recording of her and Mercedes? The sister-in-law sent it to me so that I would let her on my live and prove to me that she wasn't lying. I do not let people get on my live and talk about shit without evidence that it is truth because I don't do hearsay. I am not going to be caught up in defamation of character at any time of the day or night. This woman is a demon. I have been trying to explain this to people. The lady sit on live last night and said it out her own mouth that at the end of the day, when everybody that don't like her and everybody that's mad, they gonna still watch her. And see, that's where y'all got the power to show her. How fast did y'all get Uncle Netta and Charles off this net? How fast did y'all do that? How fast did y'all do that?
They
Okay.
didn't.
You see what I'm saying? So you have the power to take her power, but nobody want to exercise that power. Everybody get on this internet and go to crowning these clowns and calling them queens and kings. She is the world's greatest mother on the internet because you see what she wants you to see. You don't live in her house. You don't know what her children go through. Her brother that lived there, her sister-in-law that was there every day. All of them people that got on here and told the truth, people cut them down. She was so low down after her brother left my life. She paid this girl to say he molested her when she was married to her mother. He divorced her mother at the age of 2. Her mother came on my live and said none of that was true. She paid the girl to do that. You don't see the video no more, do you? You don't see that girl on here no more, do you? This is what she does. In order to keep you from knowing that she is telling lies and keeping up shit, she would defamate your character. She would come at you next. She would turn you into content real quick to get $1 and to make you look bad. A lady just came in here and said that she sent me money and I blocked her. Anybody that know me know that Sage don't even operate on those levels. I don't beef with people on this internet. I don't do no tongue wrestling and lip boxing. For what? I get no satisfaction out of it. But when you come for me, like I said, I don't want nobody to misunderstand. Everything about Tiffany and me is personal for me. It's been personal. And it is very personal. And the saddest thing is, y'all say Mercedes can tell on her mama. That's her mother. Don't y'all forget that y'all got a mother. No matter what your mother do, you love your mother unconditionally. You accept the
That's what the
bullshit that
Bible
they
says.
dish out. And
Yeah.
then she'll have a way to brainwash that baby all over again and have Mercedes ain't even exposed her. And the saddest thing
And she
is,
knows that she's not. She knows
right.
that
And
her daughter's not gonna do it.
the saddest thing is the young man that said, the young man in the box up under me. The reason that she told all that shit and talked about that girl, y'all missed the main ingredient. She did that so that the boy the 19-year-old that does like her, she could turn him against Mercedes by saying she's a whore and that she's been sleeping around since she was 8. You did that so the young man wouldn't want to be with your daughter. You did that so
I
that
picked that
other
up.
men wouldn't want to be with her.
Hmm.
You did that to destroy her reputation. You did that on purpose. You did that. And I'm gonna say this, and I don't care who like it. Mercedes is a beautiful girl, but y'all, Mercedes has her ways too. She gets involved with shit that her mother is doing. She has been on live and her mother was finna fight the neighbor. She told Mercedes was 16. This been 2.5 years ago, back in October 2023.
I remember
She
that.
told Mercedes to get the hammer and come on. Mercedes grabbed the hammer and went out the door getting ready to fight the neighbor with her. What grown ass parent takes their child to a motherfucking fight?
Irresponsible parent.
But they say she's such a great mother. And when we tried, the people that know who she is and the shit she done, tried to tell them, how did y'all crown this lady a great mother? Oh, y'all hating on her about her money. Y'all hating on her about her followers. Fuck some followers, fuck some clicks, and fuck some views, okay? I don't get on this internet. Baby, if I want this internet, me and Captain Kangaroo will take this bitch by storm. Okay? I don't want this internet. I ain't never wanted to be famous. I love people. I actually love people. I want everybody to win in this race called life, even her. But I want her to win the right way. Don't cheat. Win this race the
But
right way
there's a
without
couple of
taking other
lies.
people and putting them down. Don't step on other people in life's
She's
race.
she's contradicted herself a few times. Now y'all know that I've not taken on this story. Because when I try to go down a rabbit hole, there's so much to catch up on. Like, the shit is sickening. I ain't gonna hold you if y'all can kind of get through it. So I kind of gave up when I was looking. It was just too deep for me. But however, she contradicts herself a lot, because one minute she said, well, how my daughter doing all these things when she's never left alone and she doesn't leave the house, to now she's sleeping around, she's doing all these things, and she got all it's. So that was one of the things that I tripped off of. You just said months ago, when I peeped in on one of your lives, that your daughter never goes anywhere. She's not left alone to do anything. Do not put them lies on your child that you're allowing things to go on and happen, because you're like, you don't never leave your kids nowhere where anything can happen. Then again, a T-Page caught a good clip where you said, well, you know, these boys would have been different if these boys would have came to me and had to ask me, could they date my daughter or talk to my daughter? In the same breath, just a few minutes later, you said, well, you know, they did come to you and talk to you about it. They did ask you, was it cool to talk to your daughter? So to me, I be feeling like you talk so fast and you say so many, like, you don't forget that it's people that really sit and really watch and listen to that shit, and can call out everything you say wrong, you know, true, or like the lie, or is it true, or did you you know, we pay attention is what I'm saying. We just pay attention to what you do. We pay attention to what you say. And I am taught as a blogger, I am taught to pay the detail. Pay attention to detail. So I dissect everything you say and everything you do. I am there to dissect and just do your mouth macho facial expressions, do your facial expressions, match your words. Right. Like, you know, when you say certain things, are you looking around the room to see who's listening? Did you just say this 5 minutes and then turn around then and say this? So I find like she contradicts herself a lot when she speaks. And I don't think and to me, that makes me question who you are if you even wanted any credibility for any of the things that you were saying, you had just lied to us in our face. And rather than ladies sit up there and talk to you and just amen to everything you saying, they just missed a big key to what you were saying. You had just said them boys did not ask could they talk to your daughter. Then few minutes later, you said that they did. They either didn't or they did, because you're basically accusing one of them, well, both of them, of sleeping with her, and one of them leaving her on the side of the road like she was a piece of nothing. So I mean, then you saying, well, I'm not mad at them and I don't got a problem with them, but you're trying to say that they treated your daughter a certain way. So you're telling us that they just discarded your daughter out like that. So you're trying to make us have a problem with them. Because the one thing you cannot do is win against the fucking internet. When they all feel some kind of way and they all rally up, the internet is the most strongest critic in this shit. You understand what I'm saying? The most strongest critic when it comes to like certain shit like this and getting you to fuck up off the internet, right? Because they rally up with each other. They form their opinion and they come after you. Just like you trying to get rid of this live right now because it's not favoring you right now. Right. So you're trying to get rid of this live so the people that would like to express themselves in the comments, or the people that would like to come up and talk about this or got any questions, because you won't allow them up on your panel. I don't know exactly who's snoring, but who's ever snoring, if you're tired, just get down. He's making people in the comments like they're trying to listen in and they hear you snoring in the background. And not only that, it's kind of rude, and I don't want to be nasty and just drop you like that. So just mute yourself if you just listening in. But yeah, so I just really wanted to say that, and I wanted to see, did y'all catch that? If y'all have not caught that, then I suggest y'all go to these T pages. Y'all T pages is y'all best shit going, because y'all T pages, every T page is different. Do not connect all your T pages. Let them be their own entities, because they all get different pieces of certain different things. So just because you watch one T page don't mean to skip the next T page and not listen to them, because I guarantee you they all got different clips of some shit that you could be missing that will give you the pieces that you need to this shit. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. Hey, Chad. I just want to come up and say I am so glad for this live going on right now, because I follow her, but I don't know none of the juicy that's going on. So I just want to say,
everybody, just mute yourselves. If y'all not speaking, just mute yourselves, please. Because whoever's snoring, just mute yourselves if you're not speaking, so that the we can all hear each other. If not, then I mute you myself, and I don't want to have to mute you myself. If you could just mute your mics right quick while everybody whoever got the floor, let them talk and let them speak. Just mute yourself.
So is it her that's asleep?
Did y'all hear me? Did y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can't hear me?
Yeah, yes, we can hear you, love.
Oh, okay, because I'm not really that good.
I hear you,
this is my first time like being on like somebody's panel.
Access. It's not letting me mute everybody.
Okay. But I just wanted to say I'm glad that I got up on this chat, because I do follow her, but I don't know nothing that's going on. Like, she just gets likes and everything from me. So I know the stuff that's going on with her daughter, but I don't know everything. So thank you, Miss Sage, for putting me on. But yeah, she don't get no more likes from me. So I just wanted to say thanks for letting me come up and speak my little piece. But yeah, thanks for the put on. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Yep, thank you.
Y'all welcome to come up if y'all got any.
You can put me out the box now. I just wanted to say that.
If y'all got any questions, y'all welcome to come up and like ask any questions. Sage will try to answer anything she can answer that she has any information on. She's not gonna talk about something that she doesn't have any information to.
What's the best decision right now, if Mercedes is listening, right? Or a Sage or someone, if y'all want to talk, I will want to know what is the best thing that Mercedes should do right now in this situation.
You know what? This is a hard question because if you've never been in a situation, you really don't know how you would handle it until you're actually in it. So the best thing that I could say if Mercedes was listening is, Mercedes, you are a beautiful girl. You have your whole life ahead of you. Do not allow this to scar you. Yes, I know this hurts at this moment and it shall pass. Tiffany is still your mother, and it is by God's law that you respect your mother. You understand what I'm saying? It is by God's law that you be obedient to her, okay? But that does not mean that you cannot move on your own and figure it out and find a life. I'm glad that you want to continue school and get an education. You say you want to be a veterinarian. You have goals already lined up for yourself. Reach for your dreams, baby. If you can think it, you can do it. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. I just don't want this to be
Okay,
something that will
mama.
set you back. And if you need some help, you have people here that are professionals in your town that you can go and speak to. Go and speak to your counselor at the school.
Okay, Mama Funk, you should be able. Sorry, Sage. Hold on a second. Mama Funk, you could try now. If you see anybody in the comments that need to be removed or added up, you try it now. I
I
fixed
got
it.
it.
Okay,
Yeah, I
go
got it.
ahead, love.
All right.
Make sure it's somebody that you can trust, somebody that is going to give you the proper guidance that you need. You know, and listen here, if you are listening, Mercedes, you are beautiful and you are somebody special. You are enough as you are. You have your whole life ahead of you. You don't owe anybody any explanations about what went on. That is not your fault. Even if all of this stuff is true, it's still not your fault, baby. You are a victim of your circumstances. At 8 years old, you had no control over your life. You had no sense of direction of anything that went on at the age of 8 and 12, okay? So, baby, please believe we do not hold any of this against you. None of this. You are a beautiful young lady.
And do know that we have all rallied behind you. We support you. You have a whole new set of aunties and uncles and cousins and sisters and brothers that you have no clue how strong the internet supports you right now. We are not judging you. I know that you made a statement that you feel like like you're embarrassed. Please don't be, love. We've all been through something, including your mama. Okay, we've all been through something. And I just want to tell you that she is absolutely wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Wrong for exposing any of her children, family, business. Her family, her brother, her mama, all them adults that she deal with, anybody that's not you guys. I don't think none of y'all really asked to be on this internet shit. This was all her doing. You understand what I'm saying? So I just want to tell you, like, we don't listen, love. I wish you nothing but success, wealth, healthy, just prosperity. I wish you the best you can be in life. And I'm gonna tell you, the best thing you could do is when somebody talks about you like this and you feel some kind of way and they're a parent, is to excel, love, and really excel without them. Because sometimes they don't think you're strong enough to do it on your own. And I'm going to tell you, I was one of them kids, #Capricorn, did that shit on my own. Right when they didn't think that I could, I did, right? And they probably thought I was going to be out there because I was real mouthy. They probably thought I was going to be out there maybe selling some ass or maybe, doing some shit that I had no business. You know what I mean? But I excelled, love, and didn't do none of that. Okay? Got businesses, got a career, got kids, got a husband, got all the things that I'm supposed to have. You understand what I'm saying? So, and sometimes family's the worst. And I'd hate to say that to you, but sometimes family is the worst. You know what I'm saying? And they're the first haters in your life when they don't want to see you move on. And I know people like, yeah, why would you say that? Hashtag Capricorn, I'm the realest shit ever you'll ever meet. It's the same things that I'm telling you I would tell my own two daughters. One that's going to be 32 in March this month, and one that's already 30. Okay? So I'm telling you, I'm not a young person holding no panel. You understand what I'm saying? We mostly up here are OGs. You understand what I'm saying? So I want you to know that we're holding your mom accountable for her behavior. Okay? I know that you young and you won't do it. You can't do it because you're gonna respect your mom love, and I want you to continue to do that. But us, the internet's gonna hold her accountable.
Perfectly said. I agree with everything that you said. Good morning, panel.
Good morning,
Hey,
beautiful.
love.
I've been following Big Mama and came across Sage before I came across Big Mama. Did not know that, a lot of the backstory with her. Um, to Mercedes and to any young ladies or men out there, sometimes you have mothers, fathers, just like Yaya said, your family can be the worst. We don't get to pick them, unfortunately. We can be friends with someone till they actually hurt us and we want to be done with them. Sometimes you have to love people from a distance. And it can be the one that gave birth to you. And looking at how Big Mama actually treat her kids is all for a front. It's for social media. It's for the likes. I feed them. I give them this. They have this. They have that. It's actually for her. It's not for the kids, because that's part of you having your children. You have kids because you want them, not because you can puppet
Tap
them
that screen,
and
y'all.
so forth. And that's what she does. She wants to
Thanks for the
control
CPS
everything
800 number on
that her
in the
kids
comments.
does. She have even across her family members. I could be wrong, but Sage could probably remind me. I think it was a brother and maybe a cousin that was actually receiving lump sum benefits. She took it on herself. They didn't have not anything to eat, to place to live. When those lump sum payments came in from the federal government, she kept that money. She took their money.
You are absolutely right.
She did not care if they ate, if they had to sleep outside, if they didn't have no shoes on their feet. She didn't care. So for Big Mama, if she do that in the way she's doing Mercedes, she's hurting her. She's not helping her. She wants to keep her down beneath her so Mercedes can depend on her. She say all of them have cars and they're going to have houses and they're going to be on this land and that land. That lady have took people money that asked her to help them look for places. Sometimes we just have to take people for what they're worth. And for Mercedes, she's the oldest. She got to look at it. She have to look at it, and she cannot just jump out here, people. Let's keep it real. It's not easy for adults that work 40 hours a week and keeping up a roof over our head. She's 18. What is she going to run out there and go do?
Exactly.
We don't want her on the streets. That as adults and as dark-skinned men and women, we should not want none of our kids to leave home for that. But we should be praying for her to actually be able to leave home and have, if it's nothing but a studio, whatever, we should want that from Mercedes. But we do not need her to run out in the streets. That's what it is. So we got to keep her in prayers. If you believe in prayer, pearl, and numbers will change things. And that would change for Mercedes. It would change for her siblings, because once she leave there, we got to think the other siblings gonna feel a void. They're going to feel a major void by her leaving. It's going to affect her siblings. That's for sure. People say, "Oh, well, no, she got to go on." That's going to affect her, and it's going to affect her siblings, because she's gonna feel like she left them. She escaped from where she left from. She escaped and left there, but she's gonna have that guilt that she left them, and then they're gonna feel the pressure that they was left behind and got to deal with it. Because once she leaves, the next ones are stepping up. They're gonna be in line. She's gonna attack her, but she's gonna be okay. That much we got to believe. And we don't pick our family. We don't. But I believe she's gonna be okay. She just got to find and navigate at this thing called life now and grow into her maturity as a young lady and pray that she will be okay moving forward. Because her mother right now, she's jealous of her, she's envy of her. Yes, she can be jealous of her because Mercedes don't have nothing. We all are born with nothing. We are not made rich when we come in this world. They don't give us $1 million and say that's what you got and you multiply it. So she's gonna be okay. She's gonna be okay. But we got to keep on thinking and like you said, the internet is very powerful. We hold power. We
Yeah.
hold power. Like you
Yeah.
said, Joe and Charles, that's why she's up there, Joe humbling himself. Yeah, you got to humble yourself because you think you was better than the program. And you wasn't even on the damn program.
Some people need to just keep it at what it is originally. Like, you know what I mean? And uh, like I be noticing people like I like people who don't even say anything in the comments. Like, okay, it's a girl on there on TikTok that be like, "Hey y'all, Sakis." I think that's her name. She be
Sakaya.
eating food.
That's her.
Yes. She don't care. She eating chicken wings and stuff like that before the gym. She do not care. Like she just don't care. She don't care what anyone says. You know what I'm saying? So if she go live, she ignore your comment. Big Mama could do the same. After that lady yesterday prayed for Big Mama.
I
After
think it's
that lady
an
prayed
addiction of
for
when you
her.
first get that first initial check when you go viral.
Facts. But
And
after, go ahead, boo.
no, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was just gonna say I think it's that first check when you go viral. You know, when you're not used to having nothing, never had, like ain't never had nothing, then you get this check and it's a little
It depends
something.
on the person. It depends on the person. Yet, I just lost my train of thought. But yesterday, when I was on Mercedes Live, and she said, "Look, y'all, I'm gonna just go ahead and put the Cash App up in here since y'all keep asking for it." Then she ended up posting it. She was with her friend or cousin, whoever, and she was like, "Oh, they really sending me money." And I think like the first couple of things was like $1 or something like that. She's grateful for things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even know if she just wanted a bottle of water and you sent, you know what I'm saying, $1 or
I
something
agree
like
with
that.
you, Dad.
I understand when I like supporting people who don't like to take and take and take and you know what I mean? Just be yourself, authentically yourself. And I feel like that now Big Mama understands that she messed up for going to the internet. And I don't know if she would ever apologize to Mercedes or Mercedes apologize to her mom.
Yeah,
Because
you
first of all,
cannot.
that's still your mother. You still got to respect it. You didn't get to choose your mom. I'm pretty sure if a lot of us got to choose our mom and dad, things would be a lot different, right? But this is the situation that she got to go through. Trust me, I know people that went through it. I've seen stuff, you know, you can't believe everything on social media now. Obviously, that's what we're talking about now, right? So
Right.
it's just entirely too much going on. And I really hate that for that girl. But in reality, I feel like Big Mama just put Sadie's on to something.
But when the very
Somebody
one
ready to
person
do
that's
something for
supposed to
her.
but when the very one person that's supposed to protect you,
Mm-hmm. That
like try to expose you and hurt you, like that's mad crazy.
and
It's
that's her
crazy
mom, and that's the
because
lady she's supposed to be shilling her, and she's not, and that hurts deeper than anything.
true.
And it's enough money on social media for everyone. So Big Mama, she has her run, and she do have a lot of people that support her. I lost all respect for when she pulled down her pants and she used the bathroom outside and pulled them back up like it wasn't nothing. I mean, I feel like certain things is not, don't become a clown for the internet. You can be yourself and be respectable and still get likes and views. When you got to actually belittle others and do foolish things, it says a lot about you. That's all it says. It says a lot about you. And it's unfortunate. We have a lot of people that's out here that's messy and like the social media chaos. I have seen too many big people that since COVID that, have a large followings and like Yaya just said, recently, and I want to say recently, I would give it in the last maybe like the last 8 to 10 months. I have seen a lot of them calling themselves walking away because y'all not liking me and I'm not getting this, I'm not getting that. And and I'm talking about big name, creators. You're calling out people, calling them special, and you're saying things. You have to watch your tongue, because what you
Mm-hmm.
say up on someone else is actually what you're speaking up on yourself.
Right.
That's what you're doing. You're speaking it up on yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Ashy, I
But
think it's somebody in the comment. I'm not gonna be able to type everything. It's
mhm,
Ashy with two rainbows. I think I'm saying it right. I apologize if I'm not saying it, but she said, "Why do we say that? Why does she have to respect someone who doesn't respect her mom or not?" I don't know if you're a believer or not, but I am. I believe in Jesus, Lord Savior Jesus Christ. Yes, I
in the
do. In
Bible.
the Bible, it says that you
Yes,
should
ma'am.
respect your elders. Period.
Yeah.
Like when you
Honor
go
your
to a
father and
job,
your mother, that your days will be
will be
long
long
Not,
upon
upon you.
this
yeah.
land.
Exactly.
And you have to do that, but you don't have to if you don't want to, but you'll see the benefit after. A lot of things, bad things or things just will not start working out for you because you don't know how to respect people. You got to give respect to earn it. And that's with everybody, regardless of age or anything like that. You have to be respectful. We can get
Hmm.
out of line sometimes, but that's where repenting come in at. So we're gonna sin. Everybody's gonna sin. Nobody is perfect, but yes, that's the reason why, and
And
that's
the
what I wanted
Bible
to say.
does also say, do not provoke your children. You're right. But it's in the 10 Commandments to honor your father and your mother, that your days will be
They thought,
long.
yes, yes.
So you don't have to love your parents or even like them, but you have to honor them so that you will have a long life. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And Kai's telling you all that by the Bible's law, and for you to have a longevity, you honor them. Okay? Listen, this here is something that I want us all to touch real quick. Okay? Because we all had a mother, whether she raised you or not. Without your mother, there would be no you.
Hmm.
There would be no you, because she could have sent you back. She could have swallowed you, but she had you. So you owe them thanks for life, regardless to how your life is how you're being raised, how your life turned out. Without your mother, there would be no you. So we don't encourage people to disrespect their mothers. You don't do that. You don't want her to turn against her mother. You won't see. The only way to drown out hate, Martin Luther King said,
Yep.
is to apply
Love.
love and understanding.
Yep.
See, you catch bees with honey, you'll never catch them with defecation. And sometimes you have to bless the hell right up out of people. I ain't talking about cuss them out. You just have to bless them, Lord, bless them, Lord, bless them, and keep on praying the hell right up out of them. I don't like Tiffany ways. I'm not going to lie and say I do. I don't. But I don't want any bad to come to her at the same time. How can I love everybody and wish anybody harm? That's not possible. I just told you I want everybody to win this race called life. I don't want
Hmm.
anybody left behind, not even her. She can be redeemed, but she has to want to be redeemed herself. Right now, the devil has a hold of her. And until she get away from that demon that's inside of her, ain't nothing we do can change it. She is who she is right now. So everybody just keep on trying to bless the hell right up out of her. This ain't about hating
Well,
this
I'm
woman.
gonna tell
This
you something. When I used to facilitate groups of young moms trying to get their kids back, or the parents just trying to get their kids back, I saw more of the mamas than I saw the daddies in there. But the daddies that I did have in my groups were daddies that were usually in there by themselves and was doing the best because either the mom was nowhere to be found and they had to stand on they had to stand in the paint for theirs. But what I used to say inside my group, and this is gonna hit y'all a certain way, y'all be like, damn, yeah, y'all didn't think of it like that, right? But then you probably did. When I look at mama, big mama, and some of these other people in here struggling trying to raise their kids, it's like trauma trying to raise trauma, if that makes sense to you. So
It
you got
does.
somebody that's been traumatized as a child, then they end up having children, and then their trauma, then their children become traumatized. But it's like just trauma trying to raise trauma, and it's just like it just continues to keep going. And it's like, how do you break the cycle? Somebody needs to break the cycle, right? Just like teenage pregnancy. Like if you've had in your family where most of all the women were having kids at 15, 13, 14, and then all of a sudden somebody breaks the cycle of teenage pregnancy in a family, that kind of goes along with like trauma. Like who breaks the cycle of trauma along the way, when it comes to your own children and or just people in your family, like who just stands in the paint, like there's no more, like we all just need to get help. And this is where I wish her chat would have said, well, hey, instead of you just sending Mercedes for help, which I think somebody did try to say that, but I didn't feel like they stuck in they didn't stick in that long enough to continue that conversation with her. But lady, you gotta get help for your trauma. Cause here you are, you're trying to live through your daughter, you know what I'm saying? But you're traumatized. So then you're adding trauma into her life. You're pushing your trauma off onto her and like pinning her down with that shit. And I feel like that's just unfair, if that makes sense. You understand what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense to y'all a little bit of what
So,
I just said.
truthfully, as someone who has grown up with a mother who has trauma and tried to inflict that onto her children, I will truthfully say that at the end of the day, the person has to be willing to break those trauma bonds. If no one is willing to break those trauma bonds, they're only going to continue. And I'm the youngest, so my mother has treated my sister basically like shit, but treats me just fine. And here's the problem. My mother has issues with her mother, but they're never going to sit down and realize, hey, I did this or I did that. My mother did the same thing that Tiffany did to her kids. My mother literally will let us go somewhere, come back, and be like, pull your pants down. Let me look. And that creates a sense of, one, insecurity, two, a sense of, why is my mother doing this to me? Why does my mother think that what happened to her is going to happen to me? So it creates a hyper fixation on something. It doesn't have to be sexualized like she's trying to make it seem for Mercedes. It can be anything. However, when you have a mother that is jealous of her firstborn daughter, it's going to always create problems. One, because Mercedes is who she wants to be. Two, she wants the attention that Mercedes is getting. And at the end of the day, your insecurities can never show on your child. And at the end of the day, as a
Thank you,
grown ass
Deb, for
woman,
asking
she's
Buttercup question.
never
I
going
appreciate it.
to get therapy. She's never going to heal. So Tiffany at her big age is only going to create more and more problems. So then she's going to wonder why her kids no longer want anything to do with her. Yes, she has completely and totally handicapped her children. However, her children have to want to get out of that situation. I understand that she throws money at them, clothes, food, whatever. She's making it to where they cannot withstand society. And unfortunately, in this generation, a lot of parents are handicapping their children. At the end of the day, she is absolutely 100% wrong for what she is doing to her child. And as someone who grew up with a mother like her, I can tell you, I'll be 32 in May, and I take my mother with a grain of salt. I don't have to kick it with you. I don't have to do what you want me to do. I'm grown, but you will not continue to put your drama and your insecurities onto me. And it's sounding like Mercedes is getting to that point. Yes, is she still in high school? Yes. However, she's technically an adult. If she wanted to, she can become emancipated. She can work with a social worker to, find housing, find something. And I know this because unfortunately I have a mother who is a mandated reporter. I have a mother who's a social worker. So my mother knows how to trick the system. But at the end of the day, Mercedes has to put in an effort. She has to talk to the right people, and she may have to talk to people who are not in her city or her state. So at the end of the day, is she going in the right path? Yes. But is her mother pulling her back? Yes. So
Okay.
Can I
Actually,
say something?
I hit the poll too soon, but I'm gonna put a poll up, and that poll is just gonna be based of all the people that will continue to support Big Mama or not continue to support her. So I'm gonna put up this quick poll, and just please, I'm just curious to get an idea of the people that will continue to support her. I'm talking about Mama, Big Mama. We continue to support her on this platform. Will you follow her or unfollow her? But I'm gonna do the poll right now. The poll has started, y'all. Will you follow Big Mama still or not? Okay, go ahead, love.
Hi, everybody. I will try to make this as brief as I can. I've been listening for a while, and I follow Miss Sage. I'm actually in the same state as her. I love her so much, and I listen to a lot of her lives when I catch them. A lot of things that everything that she has said is absolutely 100% truthful. I hold panels with one of the blogger pages on Facebook about another content creator that is no different than this young lady that we are discussing today. The internet knows her as Aunt D, but I call her Deanna Blanchard because she is doing the same things to her children. And I am so happy to see people advocate that has no connections to these babies, advocate for them in a way that their mothers are not doing at all. These children, someone said it on this panel, I think it was the host, they didn't ask for this. They didn't ask to be blasted. They didn't ask to be exploited. They didn't ask to be used for money purposes. But here they are. We know all of their business. We know their A's to their Z's. We know every single thing about them. And what do the mothers do? Oh, they're just haters. They're jealous. What is there to be jealous of? I heard someone else on this panel say, and it's true. We have careers. We have families that love us. We have husbands. We have a real community. So when your discernment kicks in and you see mothers exploit their babies on the internet for a dime, it's something in a lot of us that rises up and says, hold on, wait. Something ain't right. You have to pray and ask God for discernment. What I have found out is these mothers are sympathy driven and not solution based. They don't want your solutions.
Hallelujah.
They want sympathy. There are 4 things that we talk about on my panels. The internet has always known sex sells, so does sympathy, Southern, and spirituality. People better wake up and they better pay attention to why they like some of these content creators. They have cult followings. These are cult mentalities. And once you are sucked in by whatever draws you in,
Amen.
you are sucked in, and you're going to have to pray yourself out of it, because there is something demonic going on this internet.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we see it happening. These children are suffering at the hands of their parents. And I heard Sage say it. The Bible does tell us, do not provoke your children to wrath. See, people only stop when it says, honor thy mother and thy father. But the Bible says, do not provoke your children to wrath. We have a charge to keep. If you as the mother are not advocating for your baby, and strangers on the internet have to come to their defense, what are you doing? What are you doing? You have to say, oh no, this is coming in between my child
The person that sat inside of my womb, at some point, the money has taken over. And that's why the Bible says the love of it, not just money, the love of it.
Yes.
These mothers have learned that I can put my babies out here and I'll get something for it. Because you know why? Because they are trauma bonding with each
F1
other.
in the chat, y'all. F1 in the chat.
I saw this young lady join Deanna Blanchard's live one night.
We love
And
TikTok shop. F1 brings TikTok to the
I'm sorry
live.
if I said something wrong. I apologize.
No. Go ahead. It's cool.
D
It's a
was
fake
telling her.
page.
D was telling her, oh, you need to go to therapy. You need to get a paper trail. You need to do this. They are one and the same. That's why they connected with each other. You have to realize you are either guilty by association or you don't want nothing to do with them at all, because a monitoring spirit recognizes a spirit. The Bible says, know the spirit, test the spirits by the spirits. These people that connect with these content creators, it's because they are one and the same with them.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question. Are you finished, sweetheart? I'm sorry.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, that was wonderful. I got a question. So I know earlier I asked about any advice for Mercedes if she was in here. Now, we're not giving Big Mama no advice though, right? I'm just more so saying, do y'all think that if they was to do like with all the money that she have, I would think that a mother-daughter trip would be good for the both of them, especially like after this. They need some time together. What do y'all think?
Kai, first of all, Kai, Tiffany is not gonna leave Batesville, and she is proving that over and over again. Tiffany has done stuff outside to so many people on the internet that she's afraid to go outside of that town. She is comfortable and familiar with Batesville. It's not that she can't afford to take them anywhere. She's just not going to do it. She has promised to do this and promised to do that. And when people ask, oh, when I buy this next house, when I get this 5-bedroom, when I do this and when I do that, traveling right now is not even the issue. Right now, the issue is not just the trauma bonding and needing to straighten out what she has done, because she finna try to clean that up anyway. That's without even thinking about it. So many of us are missing. Tiffany has done so much to so many people. The Lord said, I curse you 7 generations back. You say you was building generational wealth, but what you was doing was building generational curses and didn't even care about it. Everything that you done to others have already been done to you. See, God will show you the error of your ways through the ones that are closest to you, the ones that you are supposed to value and love. Though He tells you this, and see, He stands on His word. So somebody had already said Mercedes was next a couple of months ago when her and her brother got into it, and sure enough, she was next. See, she picks them off of a tree. And she picks them all around her family and friends. She takes them down one by one and she steps on them. So everything she did is carefully planned and thought about. It's calculated. It wasn't by mistake. But now that the internet is raving and all of that, she's loving this, whether you understand that kind or not. She loves this. She don't care what kind of attention she gets. She don't care if it's positive, if it's negative. She doesn't care. She just wants to be the most talked about person on social media. Soon as everybody get through talking and saying this, that, and the other, and she get through cussing and telling you she don't give a F about what you think and say, then she'll go on to the next victim. Her and Mercedes will patch up whatever it is that they have going on anyway, because they are mother and daughter, and that's all Mercedes know is her. That's without even thinking about it. Have she put her foot in her behind? Yes, she did. Do she know she did that? She doesn't care. She doesn't care what none of us are saying or thinking, as long as we are talking about her. That makes her feel like she's bigger than the program. That's why I had told my chat just a week or so ago, I don't want to hear nothing about this woman. I ain't talking about this woman because, see, sometimes absence, it makes the heart grow fonder. When people step away from a problem and cast their cares on God and let him handle it, it'll always work out. As long as everybody is raving and talking about her, she feel bigger than life. She feel bigger than life right now.
Right, granddaddy. Fact.
And let me add this to that, and I'm gonna get off y'all's panel. What we also have to understand is a lot of these individuals that we have created as monsters now, they have intellectual disabilities.
Sure
Right.
So
Fact.
this attention, all of this attention is more than what they have ever received in their entire lives.
Exactly.
So that's why we call a thing a thing. They are sympathy driven and not solution based because they don't know what to do with the solution, because the sympathy gets them the attention that they crave. Because if you fix a problem, if you fix all of their problems, then what? Then the people don't want to see them anymore. People want to see the sensationalism of all of these people who are viral. Think about every single person that is viral right now because of something going on with their children, some type of neglect. They have people that believe in them still.
You know what I find really hard, and I ain't gonna even hold you, and it's just me just looking and paying attention, because all I do is observe all day, okay? If I am on this motherfucker, just watch. What I find really crazy is the fact that they have no friends. They call these people on this internet their friends. They get up and do this shit to get on this internet. I seen somebody, and I'm mentioning no names. I saw her for 48 hours not watch her ass in the same fucking pajamas for 48 goddamn hours and not wash her ass, to get up to talk about the same shit and complain about the same people that could care less if she lived or rolled over in KO. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we could care less. But she gets up and she'll wake up in the morning, y'all, with the same pajamas. She'll come back the next morning with the same pajamas. I swear to God, can't make this up. Not washed your ass. Not once did you come back on here with some clothes on, and you got on the pajamas could have just stood up in the corner. But that, to me, that's mental health shit. That's sick shit.
Sage said it earlier. Sage said without the people, that takes their power away. So see, the people have convinced half of these individuals that, say this is your outlet. This is their outlet. How dare you say this about them? This is their outlet. They're going through X, Y, and Z, as if nobody else is going through it. But see, when you go and you get real deliverance, you get real help from a psychiatrist or a psychologist, and you get on real medicine from a doctor, then you can have an outlet. Dee says that her therapist told her to come to TikTok. Now, I am a professional, and I will never tell the internet what I do. But I'm going to tell you one thing I know, and not one thing I done heard. As a professional psychiatrist, if you ever tell your client to come to the internet and journal their lives instead of getting help first, getting delivered and getting some type of resolve over whatever mental health issues they have, then you come to the internet and then you can tell people how you got over it. But to tell them to start joining panels and having a page, that is totally backwards. I would never tell anybody who suffers from any type of mental health issues to jump on the internet, because how is this an outlet? How are the people going to help you? Because now look at this baby. This innocent child now has been put on the internet by her mother. This is going to cause so.
And I'm going to tell y'all something else. Do y'all realize that just sit back. I be telling y'all, sit back, cause it just watch how this shit's unfold. I can't, like, listen. These people literally get up and they seek and want viral moments, and they try to plan out these viral moments so that they can go viral. And then when they don't get the money that they wanted, and they only get like 3 cents, 4 cents for some shit that they felt that was gonna go viral, then they get really upset. But listen, the majority of these people, and I ain't talking about y'all in the comments, and I ain't talking about these ladies up here. I ain't talking about the people that hold the panels. I'm talking about the people that are seeking these viral moments. Trip. Either they got children that are special needs, they have addictions, or they have trauma in their own lives, and this is where they choose they choose to come here to the internet to exploit their children, to exploit their business, to get money, to beg, to panhandle, to do all the things, because they're looking for people to pay for their ride in life. You understand what I'm saying? Because they don't want to get out their example, like you guys say, Grip. Grip is the exact. Now y'all do know that Grip is somebody that I used to cover on Facebook. Okay, and when she lost her money on Facebook, Facebook shut down. She came over here to TikTok and she hated it. She had to learn how to love it because Facebook was tired ass and they wasn't paying her nothing, right? And the people over there had got very mean. Okay, so then now she's over here, and the same experience that she had over there on Facebook, she's now having over here. Okay, there would be no way that I would completely step away from social media to be able to get my life together, get my kids situated, but instead is a viral moment. Here you are on the For You page, just like Big Mama, where we're watching you be put out of somewhere and your kids being exploited again for, like, them saying stuff about like abuse and you doing rugs and all kind of things. Like, you just don't care. What do your children have any private business? For the ones that are in school, do you think that they'll ever be teased? Do you think that they'll ever, like, this shit is forever in the internet and in the clouds. This shit will surface again 15, 20 years from now. This shit will surface about your mama, your daddy, your cousin. With you in it, it will surface. This shit matters. It matters. What you put out in the internet, it matters. And I notice a lot of people that are like a Grip, that's like a Big Mama, that's like the other one that you mentioned, is that they all say that they don't care. But if you loved your children, caring is important to keep a part of their lives private. That every time you go live, you have the camera in their face. They can't wake up and without you with the camera. Look, they woke up, say good morning. Hey, they ain't brushed their teeth. They ain't went to the bathroom. They came to sit down and have a meal without the camera going. You know, you can't even lose a son without the camera going, y'all. I'm just saying. I'm just
You're telling the truth. Speak it.
But what I don't understand, I blame the internet for a lot of this. I blame these social media sites because by law, you're not supposed to video children in public and this, that, and the other,
Right,
but you can video your children at home doing all this crazy shit. And then they say that they got these rules where they wanted to kick TikTok off and take these social media sites because they say the children was developing bad eating habits. They were becoming this, that, and the other. Yet the internet is not protecting these children themselves. Hey, Supremely Divine and Boss Lady Beautiful. This here I blame social media for because they play a part in this. They should not even, when she get on the air with when you say certain things, they tell you we stopped your traffic. We did this. We're gonna block your live. When she started ranting and raving and saying these things about her child and talking about her underage and all of that, hey, Grateful Beautiful, the internet should have taken her live instantly. because she was speaking of her child as a minor. Hey, Faye Vanessa, at 8 and 12 years old, you have AI in your live at all times. They hear everything. As soon as she chimed in and started speaking like that, they should have kicked that live. And that's just the way that is. And just this is another thing, y'all. You are right. Everything you put on this net stays here. She came back last year in May on her birthday, the day before her birthday. She had been gone a year. She came back and rebranded herself, thinking that she did it good. She got new followers that did not know who she was. And then she stole the Africans and that white lady's content. The Africans, is several African families been on the internet from day one, feeding their children from the smallest to the oldest to their husband. And she stole that and put a spin on it with fast food. She doesn't have any content, original content. When it's not original, TikTok takes it down. Listen, TikTok got some shit with them that I don't agree with. Facebook, Instagram, all these social media sites, they are drawing in money from these gifts that people send. That is how they pay the creators. Every time you load those gifts, it costs you money. So as long as they making a dime, they really got their preferences of what they don't care about. TikTok was the biggest app in the world. Now they number 4. Okay? Soon as that girl started talking about sexual activity with a minor, they should have shut that live down. I blame the app for it just like I blame her. I'm telling you. And the saddest thing is, the same thing the lady was saying, and thank you for saying you love me. I love you back. I don't watch Aunt D. And the reason I don't watch her is because her children are not able to even tell her yes or no about the internet. They don't even know what's going on, and that is wrong. You come on here and you get your house built, you get this at the expense of your children. That's just like back in the day when the black girls that the government was saying they was having babies to get welfare and government cheese. Same difference, just a different, same shit, different toilet. That's all it is. So if you coming on here making money off of your kids and then talking shit about $2,000 you gave your child for Christmas as a Christmas gift, something wrong with the math, because the money is being made off of them. Every check you get should be split between the 5 of them and put in a bank account. That is not your money. The money that you are making is based off feeding your kids. So it should be given to them and put into an account for them. You going out buying cars and frivolous shit that don't have nothing to do with your children. You getting on here bragging about what you got. You going and buying them clothes every day because you refuse to wash clothes. You buy this shit and then you want to put other people down on the internet because they can't afford to go out and eat every day. Even the richest person in the world know not to go out and eat every day. They going to get together and put, if they don't do nothing but make a sandwich and some chips at home. You can't, everybody don't have what everybody has. Some people are not as fortunate as others, but I can guarantee you this right here. I don't give a damn what you and nobody say about me. I got common sense, okay? I got enough sense to know that tomorrow it might be raining and I can't go outside without my umbrella, so I keep my umbrella at the door, okay? I got enough sense to know that every dime you make is not to be spent. When you are working, you put 30% of your earnings into a savings and put the rest in your checking so that you can pay your bills. You do not take every dime you have and spend it just because you have it, because you never know what a crisis is going to be. You never know when a storm is coming. You never know when one of your children might accidentally get in trouble and go to jail and you got to bond them out. You might not never know what the doctor bill going to be and you don't have no insurance. She ain't got no insurance because she never had a job. Her children are not on Medicaid and Medicare because she got kicked off of that. Okay? You don't have a plan B. Social media could fall apart today and stop paying you today. So when they stop paying you today, and you spent up the money you been making, then what you gonna do? You gonna go back to stealing at Walmart? See, be smart enough to think towards tomorrow, even though tomorrow is not promised to you. Put away for a rainy day. Stop getting on here showing out for people. That go for any and everybody. It ain't just for Big Mama. Put away for a rainy day. Make sure you got something for when times get hard, because nobody couldn't have told me times would have ever been hard for me. Nobody couldn't have told me that. Nobody couldn't have told me I'm going to retire. The money I got in my bank account, my 401k was going to get took in a scam and I'm going to lose everything. God himself couldn't have came and told me that, because I know I outright own everything that I had. I didn't owe nothing on it. So ain't nobody could have came and told me none of this. So, baby, you never know. Hey, quiet storm, beautiful. You never know how the storm is coming. Hey, poo-poo. You never know what God has in store for you until it comes. And we have to be humble. We have to remember to treat each other the way we wish to be treated. This internet loves drama. Out there, drawn to the drama. Anytime you cussing and fussing and carrying on, child, the room will fill up. Don't mention nothing with good sense and talk intellectual to anybody. Hey, mister, how you doing, love?
Thank you, love.
When you get to talking on an intellectual level and pouring into people's cup, only the real will sit still and enjoy it. Those that's on here for that bullshit and that drama, baby, pew, they gone. Because they want the drama. They want all the drama. Poo-poo say, I'm going to tell my story. Poo-poo, come on up. Y'all say, come up, Poo-poo.
Come on up. Yeah. I just, at the very end of the day, y'all, this is the devil's playground.
Portia, beautiful.
Yeah, okay, love. That's cool.
Hey,
this is the devil's playground. You understand what I'm saying? This is the devil's playground. And this is a dangerous place to play a game at right here on this internet. You don't know who the fuck is behind that screen with your pictures plastered on the wall, sitting in the dark, flicking the light, looking at your pictures, licking the wall. You know what I'm saying? All kind of shit. That's why you got to be careful with posting your kids, posting your people, posting your family, and some other shit. I've heard people say, well, Yaya, she don't never post her husband because he's not supposed to be posted, bitch. The fuck you think going on? I do this shit. He don't do this shit. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't include this, and it is not important for him. What do he need to be here for? Is Yaya holding the panel? Am I talking to y'all? Or is he talking to y'all? You understand what I'm saying? So, I just feel like you should not put your family on this thing. There are certain things that you could do in order to have good platforms. I've watched people, and it's not how many people you have in a room. It's 455 people in a room. We almost have 1 point something people just in this room. And I guarantee you all of them do not support Yaya. They're just onlookers, right? And the people that do support Yaya and want to support Yaya, I'll find that out at the end of this live, because I'll be able to see who followed me, who tapped that screen. It'll give me an idea of who is really here to support this conversation. You'll learn who your supporters is doing this, but a lot of people are here to watch you crash and burn and watch you be a crash dummy. You understand what I'm saying? So later on, you can't be mad when your platform, what about when you don't want to be a crash dummy no more? I'm watching a lot of this happen right now. People have viral moments. You know what I'm saying? And now they only get people that stare at them. They won't help them play the game. They won't help support them. They just sit there and watch you and wait for you to make a fool of yourself while the T pages clip you and put you the fuck on there. And then you get mad. I watch them very same people get mad because people clip you whole panels on things that you say and things that you do when you have all the control of what content you put out here and the image that you want everybody to, your character, your morals are all on the line when you put yourself out there, but you have that I don't give a fuck kind of thing because you just need a viral moment. Because when you got that Furryverse viral check, that shit just like made you feel some kind of way. But shit, everything comes to an end. Everything ain't gonna always be what it was. You understand what I'm saying? You have people that always felt like they was gonna stay in that house that they bought until it goes into foreclosure because they can no longer afford it. They never thought that they would ever lose their job, that they would lose their house and they would lose things. People lose certain different things. You understand what I'm saying? It's not about what you lose, it's about how you get back up on your feet and what do you do in order to be able to change some stuff around so that you can get back on top again. It is not about exposing your whole fucking life. There is some things that deserve to stay and be private. So again, and this is another thing. If you're running all around your neighborhood and you showing every fucking thing you own, bitch, you have just, I'm gonna be honest with you, you have just doxed your motherfucking self. If you show your license plates to your fucking vehicle, you have doxed your motherfucking self. If you showed your house and you have doxed yourself. So to tell somebody else that they doxed you, for example, is not going to work in no courtroom because there are several videos of showing you where you doxed yourself. Okay? Just because you say, and then another thing, people are saying, oh, well, I'm going to get somebody for bullying. Okay, but bitch, are you a bully? I mean, just let's be honest. Do you get on here and bully too? Do you do certain different things before you say somebody else is bullying? It's the amount of stupidness that I see along the way when I'm going through all these different people's lives and watching them do certain things. I've been on, and there's like 5 different sides of TikTok. I thought there was only 2, but there's like 5 different sides of TikTok. You understand what I'm saying? And the people that are really getting it is the people that like to have fun up on this thing and ain't in people's business. And then the people that hold the panels, you can't really get mad at them for just having an opinion and making statements off of something that you put on the internet. It's something that you put here. So when you put it here, you open it up for all of us to have something to say, to make a statement, to give our opinion, and then you're super mad at us, so then you rant and rave all day long behind what people say, but you say that you don't care how we feel, but you're there to watch everything we say. Y'all, and these are grown people, grown old people that know the fuck better. Is one of the reasons why Yaya took a break, because I do got a life. You understand what I'm saying? And I have to handle business. And I would never want to say that TikTok is this is my job. If I had to say that TikTok is my job, I swear to God, I don't know what I would do. TikTok could just not be my job. I really wish that everybody that feels like this is their job to get up and get you a job, because what you're doing now is cussing out when people don't want to give you things, then you go on a rant for 2 or 3 days, hours at a time, mad at them, and you don't even know what financial, whatever they're going through financially, that they can't be there, that they can't give. They could be sick. Anything could be going on with them. And you don't give a fuck because you just care that they're there to shoot you a money gun and a few gifts and what comes out their pockets. Not that they're well, not that they might have lost a loved one, not that they might got something going on. Oh, well, tapping the screen is free. Bitch, how you know my fingers work? How you know that I just get my fingers smashed in the goddamn door? How you know that I just didn't have a stroke or a heart attack and my fingers are not available to be able to tap for you, but I'm just there to be able to watch you? You understand what I'm saying? How do you know that? The amount of disrespect towards y'all that are the supporters is absolute. Figure out where you want to sit. Figure out who you want to support. Okay? And then go sit there and do just that. Not everybody deserve y'all coins on here, and not everybody deserve y'all views on here. And I'm just gonna say that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm 100 y'all. I swear to God on that. Okay. So I just watch a lot and I see a lot and I just be like, what the fuck is going on? And I think when I took this break for a minute and I was just to be able to come in and see things, I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And Mama Funk is somebody that I talk to every day offside this app, and we have dialogue and chop it up all the time. The amount of stupidity that you see once you just have a fucking seat and you able to just see how everybody operate, you'll realize that motherfuckers is really out to lunch on this motherfucker. So just be careful be careful who you support. Don't allow people in your space to steal your energy. I don't like people to waste my time and steal my energy. People are energy stealers. They like to come and steal all your energy. They like to push off. If you feel you the finest shit on earth, they like to tell you ugly because they feel ugly inside. So they want you to feel ugly inside. It's all that kind of shit, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Just be careful with who you choose to support on this thing. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful who you support on this thing. Not everybody deserve y'all views on here. And I'm going to be honest with you. And that's coming from somebody that's been blogging now for 4 years. 4 years. And a lot of people, some people like me, some people don't. I could give a fuck. I'm here to just do one thing. I'm here to get stories out. I do that. Once I end this live, y'all, I go do my thing. Once I end this shit don't matter again until I come back live. Okay? So do know that. But it's other people on here that when they end this live, like Mercedes, is still dealing with the consequences. Well, not dealing with the consequences, but dealing with her mama's bullshit that she created for her daughter when she gets off this internet, the embarrassment, the humiliation, and all that shit that Mercedes has to deal with at the hands of her mama. So it is people that get off this thing that can't go have a normal life after what somebody done said or did to them on this motherfucker, where Yaya get to go live it up because her shit ain't on this motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't on this. I don't tell my family, and I don't let somebody tell me. This is another thing people do. Yeah, I bet you ain't got shit. And I bet you won't show it, bitch, and won't. I bet you really won't show and won't show my birth certificate nor my age, bitch, because I don't got nothing to prove. Won't show nothing about me. Won't show my front doorstep or the inside of my house. That's what the backdrops is for. Because what I got going on in my house ain't none of your motherfucking business. And another thing, I need y'all to stop talking to your family and talking to your kids and not muting your fucking mics. It's not, I don't give a fuck if you telling them, hey, go get the chicken out of the oven. We don't need to know that y'all even cooking chicken, to be honest with you. That's just an example. Stop showing these people every aspect of your motherfucking life because we don't deserve to fucking be there. We don't deserve to be there. Because then finally when you post the chicken and I say it look nasty, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me because I said it's not enough seasoning on it and you didn't cook it right. Okay? Don't be mad at me for just thinking that you don't know how to cook. So I'm just saying, stick to like that other lady that just tried to come in here at trysage. I dropped her, not because I have a problem with her, just because this is my platform and you don't get to come here and air that shit here. Okay? You don't get to come air that shit here because this is not what that live was all about. Whether or not you support Mama Poo Poo or don't, this is not that live. This is not where you come. This is where I get to control what happens on my live. You understand what I'm saying? And sis, I don't got a problem with you, but this is not where you come from. This is not what the people want to see in the chat, and this is not what we're here for. So them is the kind of things that just grabbing a hold of your chat, grabbing a hold of your panel, grabbing a hold. There's a lot of things that I let happen on this on all my platforms that should have never happened, that I had to rebuild and start off all over again because motherfuckers are there to sabotage you, not there to be supportive. You understand what I'm saying? And so you learn to just sit by yourself in a lot of certain situations. You learn to just sit by yourself and do your own thing, but you don't let people make no fool of you on this motherfucker. The one thing you don't let people do is expose you and make a fool of you on here, you know. And do know that once, let me tell you something about a fucking secret. Once it leaves your fucking mouth, it's not a secret. So if you tell Yaya a secret and Yaya get mad at you, just know that when you decided to let it leave your mouth just because I told you I was gonna hold a secret and I didn't, bitch, don't be mad at me. So let me tell you, when you have secrets, secrets go to the grave with you. Secrets don't go to your best friends. Secrets don't go to your next door neighbor. Secrets don't go to no. Secrets stay. You take them to the grave with you. You understand what I'm saying? Trust nobody with them very sacred secrets. I don't give a fuck what kind of skeletons you got in your closet. If they're yours to bury with you, god damn it, then take them with you. Don't trust nobody with your secrets. Once it leaves your mouth, it's no longer a fucking secret. Okay? Be careful, because people will turn on your ass on this motherfucker. They will turn on
say
you.
this.
Show enough.
I saw something in the comments that said she put her daughter out. She put her daughter out? I must have missed that part.
No, she did not.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say, Sadie, I'm coming, baby. Ain't he coming
That's
to
what
get you?
I was just
Okay.
Looking at that. She did not do that. She did not.
Okay.
That's
He
what I'm
said
saying.
she
People
left
just be
last
mixing
night.
stuff. Yeah, she
Yeah,
left.
she did a video last night. She said she just had left. That she
Okay.
debunked a lot of different things from
Okay.
what took
But no,
place, but
it's
she didn't
somebody up
say.
in here talking about
She put her out.
she
Yeah.
yeah, that, but also Chase pronounced whatever. Said something about her harming herself. So if she watching, I had told her don't say nothing like that because there's no need to, speak
Now,
on
let me tell y'all
anything like
something.
that.
Don't be up in here lying either, because I will boot your motherfucking ass up out of here. I'm that bitch. Okay? Let's not do that, because I will get you the fuck quickly up out of here. Don't
We
lie.
do not play that. We run a
Don't
tight
do
ship
no
over
false
here.
narrative, no shit like that, because Mama Funk will give you the motherfucking boot to the toot to the roof. Okay? All right. Okay. Yeah, have a good.
Yeah.
Y'all keep it going.
Yeah, we
Okay.
keep it a tight ship over here. We don't want no everything's allegedly over here. Me and Mama Funk don't personally know none of these people. We just hold these lives to get opinions and thoughts from y'all and let y'all come up and speak y'all opinions and thoughts and see if we all kind of are feeling the same or not. And everybody, listen, you can come in here and say, I'm Big Mama supporter. I love her to death. Y'all didn't see me get rid of none of y'all up in here. Y'all can support Big Mama. Just know that there may be people in here that don't. So just let us have our feelings and opinions. You have yours, and we can agree to disagree on that. We don't all have to like the same people. That's why we're all different. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Just because we don't support her or something like that, don't mean that we just like her or we hate her or something like that. We just don't agree with her parenting skills, or we just don't agree with some of the things that she do and say, and that's just that. It's not a big deal. I don't know the lady personally, Big Mama. I don't dislike her. I don't dislike Grip. I don't dislike I don't dislike the other one. We just talked about her just a minute ago. What's her name? Mama D. I don't dislike her. I don't even dislike Alicia and Telvin, and I cover them too. I don't dislike them. I just have my opinions. I get stories. I tell them. That's it. That's all. I don't dislike nobody. I don't personally know these people to dislike these people at all. I'm just saying, when I get a story, I just go off of what I have. Okay? That's it. We don't dislike nobody. So I just want to, if that's what y'all feeling, then that's one thing. Now, Trysage, she has her own personal experience with Big Mama, so she says it's personal for her. And so I respect that, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? And that's it, that's all. But as far as I go, or Mama Fun go on here, because this is where we hold our live and our panel at, we don't got no nothing towards nobody. Nothing. We just here to just see what's up with y'all.
And that's mature conversation, and that's the only way that anything. I've seen a lot of people ask, well, what is the result? What can they do? What can be the resolve in this? only the parties that are involved can come up with a solution. They need a lot of prayer, they need counseling, and there needs to be some honesty there, because they didn't get this way overnight. This isn't just something that has just come about just out of nowhere. But one thing that when you were naming a lot of those individuals that are on the internet, they have underage youths that are growing up on the internet right in our faces. And if the parents are not advocating for their kids and putting their children first, we are watching this unfold. And so it's only natural for some of us to have opinions, or some of us to have maybe strong feelings about it. And it does affect some of us. I heard someone say earlier that some people are mandated reporters. It's tough. It's really tough to get on the internet. I don't see how some of these people continue to watch these individuals and see their kids suffering and feel absolutely nothing. Feel nothing. They're just like, oh, she's a good mother. And I heard Sage say this earlier. I have seen a pit bull nurse a cat. It is so much more than feeding your kids, having a roof over their head, and buying them clothes that makes you a great mother. What about their mental health? What about their physical health? There is so much more. That's the bare minimum, giving them food, shelter, and clothes. You're supposed to do that. You had them. They didn't ask to come here. But what do you do when you see them with holes in their clothes? D has her kids, her disabled kids, and Sage was right. Those girls, they can't even say whether or not they want to be on the internet. They got holes in their clothes. Shay's tooth is missing. But people want to steady say, oh, she's a good mother. All of this money that these creators are making on the internet, exposing their kids, and all y'all can say is they good mothers because they buying the McDonald's? Where is the money going that's enhancing their lives? Getting them into some type of therapy, getting them into some type of program. What about college funds? What about buying them homes and properties so that they can continue to have something?
And that's nothing but content to keep the mama rich. She's building, she's creating content. She's creating content, and she's figured out how to get money. And so it's feed these kids. If I don't do nothing else, I'm gonna feed these kids.
And that's the bare minimum. And that's sad. That is sad that we have accepted the bare minimum, because you gotta feed the kids. No, I mean, what else is there?
I don't know. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. I find it real sickening since when did you get cookies for feeding your kids and keeping shelter around shelter over your kids' heads? Like on here, every female wants, it seems like, almost like, listen, and I can't make this shit up. It's, yeah, and I put a roof over my kid's head. Well, bitch, and should always,
like, that's a
something you should always do, right? Feed my kids. Well, then you should always do that. But it's a thing. Like, I don't know. It'd be like they want cookies for doing the stuff that you supposed to always do for your children, including yourself, is to always stay stable and keep a roof over your children's head and feed them. I mean, that's and keep them safe.
That's the bare minimum. We don't know if she did, or have money or whatever put aside for them for college or anything like that, because yesterday she was saying that Mercedes don't even know what she want to do. When Mercedes got on live, she had ended up saying what she wanted to do. Whole time, you don't even know what your daughter want to do because she keeping it away from you. Like, you know what I mean? She got her own things that she wants to do. But when y'all was talking about, like you not even showing things like that. You more so showing about food and everything like that. I like Ekane, right? I just feel like she's funny, but also she's very smart. This is another content creator. She's very smart. Her money
Oh,
is
who
put
you
up
talking about?
aside. It came. She's a young girl or whatever, but she put all her money, a majority of her money up for her kids, and she talks about it publicly. So that's something that I ain't never seen Big Mama do, but we don't know for sure if she do have that, aside for them is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, she may have something, she may not. But and I know there's someone else in here. I'm gonna let you speak because you're new here on the panel. That is Brownie. I mean, at the very end of the day, she may have something set aside for her kids. I would want to hope that she's came across a lot of money, and that would be something that she would have done for her children. And if not, then I really don't know. But I almost but want to think that she don't have nothing aside for her kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna say that I'm not. I don't know. I'm just guessing that she might not have something. She got so many of them that I don't really know if she would have putting anything aside for her children. Sadly, but I
Them
was.
boys, them
Mhm.
boys is smart. I feel like that they put in their money to the side. I don't know. I just feel like that they are,
They
because it's
might
like,
be.
yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how everything is going to unfold, but it hurt my heart that, like I said, Mercedes is going through this. But I'm gonna take myself down so somebody
Okay.
else can come up. It's been a pleasure, ladies. Y'all have a great
Thank you,
day.
love.
Everybody
I'm
have
gonna
a great
follow
day.
you. Please
Thank you.
follow me.
I
I'm gonna follow
appreciate it.
you.
I followed you. This Yaya, right?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I could just follow all of y'all. I don't mind supporting, but y'all have a good day, Miss Sage. I
Thank you, love.
see you later.
Thank you,
All right.
beautiful. You have a
Hey,
good
Miss
day too.
Brownie.
Thank
You
you.
wanted you wanted to say something, Brownie? We
Oh,
can't
you know
hear
what?
you.
I'm sorry. I'm in the grocery store. I didn't even know
That's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna get out.
Okay, thank you. Okay, okay. All right, y'all. I wanna, I don't have a specific time that I go live, y'all. Just hit y'all notifications. If y'all not followed me, please follow me. I hold topics like this all the time concerning all different kind of topics and creators and all different kind of stories and concerns that are going on with people just in general. It
Thank you
don't
for
really have
putting
to
this
be a.
on too. Thank you so much for
Thank you, love.
allowing us to speak and everything.
Thank you, love. I appreciate you for joining me.
Thank you for advocating for Mercedes as well. I sincerely, it's refreshing to see it. Thank you.
Thank you, love. Thank you for joining too.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Before you go, I want to say something.
Go
I
ahead, baby.
I, I have kind of just sit here and listen to everybody
Mm-hmm.
because when you listen, you learn, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, before we go, I do want to say this: like parenting, there's people for some reason think they have all the answers on parenting,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of times things happen and we don't, or something can happen and we can make a mistake. Sometimes we can make a small mistake, sometimes we can make a huge mistake. I'm going to say that, yes, this happened, but I don't think that anyone in a right mind would have intended for it to go this way. Now, I don't know how it went this way. I don't know why it went this way, but I can tell you this: when there's poor communication, stuff like this will happen. Just think about this. Before it came to the internet, there was communication between mom and daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And, obviously it wasn't good because it ended up here. But let's just pray that this not be the end. Having been a parent that has made mistakes, I can't say I've been in mama's shoes, but I have made some mistakes as a parent myself.
I have to.
Um and it was not well looked at. It was commented on badly. I was looked at badly in this and that. But I did take the mistakes I made and I got with some people so that I can do better. And my thing is this, is that even though this happened, I pray to God that something happens so that the mistakes can be repaired. I don't want to see this lady looked at like she's a person that can't fix it. Because kind of like right now, everybody is, well, not everybody, but a lot of people are looking at her like she's a monster. Um, and that it can't be repaired. It
Can
can
I
be
just tell you why
repaired.
right quick, sis? Can I tell
Yeah,
you why right quick?
sure.
And you know that I don't cover her. You know,
Right,
I don't cover her. Right. So this was just, when I did this live, this was just based upon what I seen on the For You page and just trying to, and I've seen multiple lives from her and I've been just trying to figure this lady out. I not too long ago, I did a live a while back and some ladies came over and told me like, hey, you need to check out this rhetoric page or something like that. You need to check this page out because you got to go down a rabbit hole of this shit. This shit is real deep. But I do want to say this, right? And this is just me observing her yesterday and just watching her. She's going to, she doesn't have all the answers. She
right.
has all the answers and she can't be talked to. And there was a lot of ladies that were in the chat and there was ladies that came up there. There was that one lady that started off with trying to tell her like, hey, have you did this? Have you did that? Have you gone through this? Have you gone through that? Everything was on the attack my daughter thing. She's this, she's that, she's all these things. And I ain't gonna hold you. I thought for a minute, like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, you know, like even when people were telling her to jot down, don't say them things, like get up off of there, like don't like get up off of here. Like even she got a call from a family member or some type of friend or next door neighbor that was even like, what's going on with this going on with, and she's like, don't worry about it, it ain't nothing. She was like, but no, do you see what's being said? She's like, no, don't worry about it. And she shooed that lady up off the phone as that lady begged her to not expose anything and not speak on this matter. So there were people that have tried to get her to like come down up off of this shit yesterday and she didn't. And now there is an 18-year-old that is feeling like she don't understand what she's done wrong is what I gather. And I'm gonna send you the clips if you've not seen them. I'm gonna send you the clips that I have. But it's sad to see that this girl is just like, I don't get to go nowhere. I don't get to go do anything. I don't know why she's doing this. This is super embarrassing. To watch that baby at 18 cry about being exposed about being an HOE. An HOE is if she's given her body to everybody. Is crazy. But again, like you said, people, you know, kids are not born with a handbook. And you know what I'm saying? It ain't come with instructions, and I get that. But I don't feel like her daughter has given her all these issues. And I wouldn't believe it until there were other people that are ready to come forward about it that can kind of explain more about kind of what's going on. I really feel like the mama gets some help because she seems kind of out there a little bit. And I ain't gonna even hold you.
Sure. And I
She needs
agree.
help.
I do. I really do. I agree. My point is, what I want to say is that I really hope in my heart, I hope, because when I seen Mercedes crying yesterday, it broke me. Because and the other thing that broke me was, and that I found very astounding, is that she said nothing
You might
wrong.
be right,
She
but I thought
said
I heard her crying
nothing
there.
mean about her mother. Not one time. The girl was just crying. Okay. So she does love her mom.
She's
She doesn't like
supposed
what's
to.
happening right now. She don't like what's happening right now. But some parents have problems when they've went through things themselves, and they feel like they trying to keep their kid from going through what they went through, but they go about it the wrong way. And I kind of feel like that's what this is
Mhm.
that because she kept saying, you know, she'd rather be on the phone. She'd rather be with a boy. I went through the same thing with my daughter. I'm saying this, and I, like her, was, going way overboard. And that's not the way to handle it, but that's all she know. And I'm hoping and praying that somebody pull her to the side and show her that she could go about it another way and it'll be more productive.
It
Do
sounds
we
like they tried, sis.
Well, you got to keep trying because it didn't. Because yesterday that was the heat of the battle, and a lot of times when you're trying to talk to somebody in the heat of the battle, they're not gonna listen to you. It takes for things to calm down before you can actually really get to them. It takes a minute for them to sit down and actually look at what they've done,
Mhm.
for them to understand the magnitude of the hurt that they've caused another human being.
Mhm.
And like I said, having been a person that has made mistakes in life and has been highly criticized, I'm okay today because I took the time to listen to somebody that I didn't even know. You understand? Because sometimes the closest get the mostest. But I didn't know the person, but the person pulled me to the side and said, "Hey, you better than this. Let me show you a few things." And they did, and I got better. I got better with my parenting skills. I got better with the way I treated myself. I got better with the way I looked at life. But it's gonna be a journey. This didn't happen overnight. You know what I'm
You
saying?
see in the comments where they're saying you can't keep trying if they
Yes, you
reject your
can.
offer to help.
Listen,
It's
listen.
not her children's responsibility to heal her.
Okay, nobody said it was. It's her responsibility to heal herself. But at the same point, I'm just giving you a different
No, I'm just
way
reading
to
the
look at
comments
it.
so
I
you
no, no,
can.
no. I'm just giving you another way of looking at it, right?
Mhm.
I'm just saying that here's a lady that has, some money and has had some issues with money, and that is has made some huge mistakes socially. And for some reason, like I said, when I first started watching her, I enjoyed watching her because I see her with her children. I didn't know nothing about where she came from. I didn't know the history of it. I just followed her because I liked what I saw. But that's like life is. Sometimes what you see ain't what it is. You get what
Well,
I'm
Mary
saying?
says that Mary says, and the reason why I'm giving the comments out while you're talking is because there's a lot of points that you're bringing up, and I feel like they're kind of responding to a little bit of what you're saying. Mary says if you go back and you look at the skits, she always been in a skit. This is just another trick to get y'all to see. Um, yeah.
I don't think it's a skit. And the reason
This
why
ain't no skit.
I
And
don't
that
think it's a
person been
skit
putting
because that baby was crying from her soul.
that person now been putting them kind of comments the whole live.
Mm-mm,
But
mm-mm.
if you were gonna say something about the skits and all of that, why didn't you say something about she been traumaing them children in skits anyway? What mother gets her children on the floor and have their head between their legs pretending they stink? She been degrading them for a minute. She did it with Mercedes. She act like she was playing Mercedes' hair and said, "Ooh, I smell fish." Mercedes said, "Ooh, I smell fish." Them was skits.
Didn't that
She
come from the comedian Latrice?
and
Latrice when she did that,
yeah,
and then she
and
repeated it.
yes, and she just did it to Jolly. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to follow what other people are doing. And I understand what it's your turn is saying. You be thinking that, hey, this lady with her kids and this, that, and the other. Everybody on here is adults just about, right? We supposed to have a cup of common sense to know that everything on this internet can only be taken at face value because you only see what is on the internet. You do not see what is behind those closed doors. That's why I tell people, don't wish for what your neighbor have just because she got a new Cadillac. That grass look green over there. You see her smiling all the time, but you don't know the black eyes she wearing and covering up. You don't
Amen.
know how many times she go to bed. You just got to remember that you only see what they present.
Exactly.
And then when
Exactly.
somebody comes on here and tell you a cup of the truth, stop attacking those truth tellers that live there and that actually knows what's going on. Stop attacking them because you've been recruited to make them look bad. See, it's too many people over here always teaming up, clicking up, and all of that. I ain't recruiting nobody to mess with nobody. I ain't never gonna do that in life. I fight my own battles. I don't need nobody's help. You understand? That's why I say it's personal for me. I don't want nobody even to believe it's anything else. But the lady fucked up yesterday. She fucked all the way up. And not only did people try to get her off, it's your turn, they tried so hard to talk to her like Yaya said. People encouraged her to close the live, handle it a different way. They gave her all kinds of advice. She shut them down, didn't want to hear it. And what lets you know is that it was not a mistake. She came back last night at 11:40. I recorded it. She came back at 11:40 and started that shit all over again. Okay? And
Yeah.
was watching the boy live the whole time, talking about him and his mama. They
Yeah.
ain't gonna let me
Her
hear.
soul can't rest because she know that this is not okay. Her soul can't. She can't rest.
Yeah,
She
long as
can't
she like
rest.
it.
Yeah, she can't rest. You know what I'm saying? Not with all this stuff going
Not
on with
that
her
she
daughter.
can't
Like,
rest, y'all. She is always thirsty for attention, and she wants to get ahead of the narrative. She's
right.
always trying to get ahead of the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And she
Right.
don't care who she hurts in the process. Anytime a person has showed you that she would dog out her entire family and the one friend she had, if that didn't show people, yeah, she loved every bit of this, Rosalind. I keep telling them the more you talk about her, the more on top of the world she feels. This is making her feel so relevant, and oh, she feels like, they don't like me, but they can't stop talking about me. They don't like me, but they can't stop watching me.
That's
The only
bad. They all feel like that too. That's
Yeah, and
horrible.
but see, that's so crazy. Do you know the only way I see her, I got her blocked. The only way I see her is on the T page, and when people send it to me or tag me and shit. Cause see, I don't have 6 cents to give you a view. Every view you give them is 6 cents. So as soon as them 6 cents stop coming and they stop making her so relevant, she'll come down off that throne eventually.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
God gonna knock her clean down. And y'all got to remember, God ain't the only one with children. The devil have children too.
Mm-hmm. He do. He does. This is it's just terrible. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a skit. I don't know. And she's not the only one that has done stuff like this. It's several creators. It just seems like the bigger they get
They dropping lucid.
with kids, they just go crazy. Like she ain't the only one.
No, she ain't the only one. It's your turn, and that's why I said people don't understand that everybody's in an uproar and they got the power to fix this and won't even use that power.
Yeah.
TikTok can be contacted. Facebook can be contacted. They have a way. TikTok is www.tiktoklegal.com. You can send them an email. They get enough emails about this, they'll do something about it. You can contact CPS, get enough calls. Batesville police get enough calls. They gonna have to address it.
Oh, I'm
When
sure somebody
and
that
see
did
some of
that.
that shit that she be saying about CPS came 50 sometimes. That girl show everything. If CPS had been to her house, she would have showed it. She ain't showed it not one time. Not one. Not one. Even Grip and Peach show CPS in their house. She ain't showed it not one time. She just tells you, oh, they been here 56 times and this, that, and the other. Baby, I don't bit more believe them numbers than the man in the moon because somebody would be losing their job by now.
Mhm.
I know they've been contacted, Kako, because her sister-in-law contacted them 5 times and sent them the video that I'm telling y'all about. Sent it to them. And they called her and told her what day they would be there and everything. And honey, her sister-in-law was there when the lady called, and she was there 2 days later when they came. She said that hurt her feelings. How the hell can you call and warn the parent that you'll be there and come 2 days later on an appointment, giving them a chance to get their shit together? Yeah, she lied for sympathy. She do a lot of it for sympathy, and she does a lot of it for attention. A lot of this is for attention, and the saddest part that we haven't touched is the children have been the base of it. When
Yes,
she was
that's
begging
it.
for money, people sent her money and paid her bills and kept her living in a house because of those children. I could tell y'all the things that people used to send Mercedes nice stuff. She would take that shit from Mercedes and tell her she couldn't have it. They would send stuff to that girl and she would take it to the store and return it for the money. Okay? The people on this net have been trying to love those children and show them love and
I'll be right back,
consideration.
y'all.
It's
Yeah,
been the children are the base of it.
exactly. And that's my main concern is the fact that yeah, this happened and whatever, but guess what? Jolly had to go to school this morning. And so did the other kids. And so
Okay, I'm back.
it didn't just affect Mercedes and her mom because
Don't
Jolly
turn
had
my
to go to
mic
school
off.
this morning. And so did the other kids. And don't you think for 1 second that they weren't talking about it. You
Yeah, it's been
understand what
happening
I'm
for
saying?
years. But
It's
you know what?
awful.
It's your turn. Did you hear her when she said, Did you did you hear her? Did y'all hear her when she said that your friends got them pictures of you and that 14-year-old? They gonna post them, and you probably gonna go to jail, and you gotta go to school. Everybody gonna pick at you at school. Yes, they are. They gonna when you go to school, they gonna be laughing at you. What mother says that to their child?
Man, it's kind of weird. It's definitely, like I said, my concern at this point is for the babies. It's because they have to go to school and they have to go through the trauma of getting off the bus or getting on the bus and people joining them. You know what I'm saying?
Kako, not
And
interrupting is your turn. Kako, all y'all can go on the T page, Mama, Big Mama Mercedes. I'm going on live after a while myself in a couple of hours. I showed it last night. One of the videos, I pulled it down in case TikTok sees it and pulls it down. She is actually using rugs on live, not even realizing she getting high on live.
Oh
She
wow.
doing it on live, on that very live yesterday. She takes it out the hat, the whole bottle, and she put a handful in her mouth, and it's got a coating on the top that she takes and spit that out in her hand and put some more in her mouth.
And that's the important. The reason why I asked that because that's an
Yes,
important detail
Denisa.
for those who are calling CPS because they do ask that in the reporting process if there are substances involved because that kind of ups the ante in terms of them responding to the complaints and going out there.
yeah, because now what's going to happen if that was mentioned, there's going to be some drug testing. I don't care what shit it is. Not even gonna be. They're gonna zero in because man, those lives have been recorded, and here this lady is, and it's some erratic behavior. So now they're not gonna. It's not even a man. It's gonna tear her whole life up. Like I wish. I don't know. It's. I don't think she's ready for what's gonna happen. It's gonna be ugly.
The saddest part is the guy, the 19-year-old, his mama didn't come to play. See, you got to be cautious when you deal with other people about their children. That's how this became personal with she and I. This is exactly why it's personal with she and I, because see, when you go to coming for my grandbaby and my child, we got a problem.
Yeah.
You always telling people you don't want nobody talking about your children and this and that and this, that, and the other, but you always tonguing on somebody else's. You do the very things that you don't want done to you. And then nobody has, Kaiko, I need you to understand this because you got a very level head and you're intelligent. Nobody has diagnosed Jolly with autism, baby. She did that herself. Jolly has a speech impediment. Nobody diagnosed this baby as autistic. She started calling her own child autistic for better reputations and views on the app. She has no diagnosis for autism at all.
Well, guess what? They finna take a close look now. You can bet your bottom dollar they are. You can't get that much publicity like she got and think it ain't gonna be no repercussions behind it. It's definitely gonna be some. And that's why I say I hope that she's ready to listen. Because she can rant and rave all she wants to, but when they get to a certain stage, they're not gonna listen to you. They're gonna look at the evidence. You understand
Her
what I'm
name
saying?
Tiffany Lynette Curry.
Yeah, and that's why I said, like, as a parent, and I had my first child when I was 15, and so, but I didn't have my second child until I was 28. You can learn from your mistakes if you're open.
I never called CPS on nobody in my life, honey, but I'm going to call them. I'm going to make everybody in this town that I know, I'm calling all my friends to look at the
I want
videos
to
and
get
be a
out.
witness to it, and they call as well. I've never called CPS on anybody. Anything I do, I can raise my hand to it. You understand? I'm my own, all my behavior and all my actions.
Yeah,
I'm not right about a lot of things. I've made mistakes. I'm still making mistakes. I stand to be corrected. You
me
understand?
too.
I
Me too.
love accountability.
Me
And I
too.
don't like people that don't know how to hold people accountable. Anybody that is not holding people accountable or holding them still, those are still people. And I don't like still people. I want you to still be in the same place, the same spot, and doing the same still shit. See, if you can't hold a person accountable, then who are you and who are they? You understand?
Yeah.
People want them amen people in their corner. Don't amen me when I'm wrong. When I'm wrong, say Sage, that shit ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get up on that Sage. Sage, you wrong. You understand? Because I stand to be corrected. I love accountability. And I love when people can stand up and hold us accountable. That is the only way we can move forward.
Thank
When
you.
people are holding us accountable,
Thank
they
you.
are showing you care and concern. They're
Yes,
pulling you forward and pushing you forward and not trying to hold you still.
exactly. And that's
Anybody
why I
sitting up with
said,
that bullshit talking about it's okay, you doing a good job, those are some still people. They don't want nothing in life but to be entertained by some bullshit.
well, that's kind of why I just came from a different
Let me
angle. When
screenshot this
I
here,
talked
man.
about myself, and I
Yeah,
said,
get this.
listen, I've made mistakes, maybe not of that magnitude, but I wasn't a perfect parent. And I thank God that
MDCPS.ms.gov.
somebody cared enough
Got it.
about me to say, hey, you going the wrong way. And I know you got a lot of people that like what you're doing, but I'm telling you, you're going the wrong way. And I was able to circumvent. I hope that somebody is able to reach her.
And just so you guys know, I put it in the chat. It's an online form that you can complete on that link. And you can actually submit it right there online as long as you have the details. They ask for the parents' names, the names of the kids, the date of birth, And the thing is, just because CPS goes out does not mean that they're going to take kids. The first thing they do is try to get people help. That's what
Right.
they're supposed to be
That's
doing. So,
exactly right. I just went through that with my great nephew and my niece. My niece had all kind of dirty urines, had methamphetamine and the children had it in their urine. They didn't want to take them, but she was playing games, so they put them in my house, and the children was so problematic, I couldn't handle it. 5 months of pure hell. The 13-year-old, he already been to court and already on a sex offender list. Just this past last Tuesday, a week ago tomorrow, he took and bust his grandmama in the head with a pistol because she wouldn't let him ride a stolen moped. And his brother tried to get in it. And damn if he didn't take the pistol and go to shooting 8 times and shot his brother in the arm by accident.
Mm-hmm.
We
Well,
went to court and I told the judge that the caseworker was lying, that they need intense therapy and they need this, that, and the other. The caseworker said they were fine. They could go back home to their mama and this, that, and the other, and da, da, da. And baby, they were lying to the judge because she was a visiting judge here. I told the judge, I said, when something happens, just remember now they all over the news. He done stole a car twice since then, but he done bust his granny in the head with a pistol and shot his brother just last Tuesday. So CPS I know we got defects here. They don't want to take your children in the beginning. They try to get you some counseling and some help. They do.
Yeah, they do. They definitely do that. And that's good because nobody don't, I mean, I ain't gonna say this lady one thing about it. I ain't gonna say she don't love her kids because I think she does.
Her love is toxic.
Yeah,
Her love is
I would have
toxic.
to agree with that.
It can be worked on.
Yeah, but see, she
sometimes
gotta first learn how to love herself. She don't even love herself enough to understand that all attention is not good attention. All money is not good money. She don't understand that material things does not mean love. You can give your children all the materials in the world, and that doesn't see your child ain't interested in materials. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm a witness to this. My daddy owned the funeral home here. My grandparents owned. They gave us everything, right? But do you know the most important ingredient that was missing? Time.
Yeah.
You rather spend time with them, sit down and talk to them, have a day with them and do things with them. All that other stuff is irrelevant.
Yeah.
And then you don't give children things that they have not earned and deserved. When we were children, we had to have hand-me-downs and Passovers and this, that, and the other. We get allowance on Friday and we didn't understand. My granddad, before we even get the $5, it already be down to 50 cents. We used to, I said he was never gonna give us nothing but 50 cents anyway. But see, he was teaching us about taxes and we were children, ain't know nothing about no damn taxes.
And the thing about it is that this lady, she's toxic and she has toxic traits. So I believe all this stuff that she's dealing with was stuff that's been handed down for her. I do believe that, you definitely, if you got parents that deal with mental health issues and depression and issues and problems, you gonna come out like that. Then they hand you their toxic traits, and then you have kids, and then you could possibly hand your children your toxic traits. And I just feel like that's why I was talking about breaking the cycle, like at some point. And it starts with help. And I just want to say this too, and this is really most sore in the South, and I don't know if y'all could agree with this because my grandmother and them is from Houston, Texas. So they didn't believe back then in like counseling, and they didn't teach us with counseling. They say that my grandma say, well, you sitting down with them white people telling them white people your business. This is OG shit. This is my and that's not the way we would handle stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all of this, and I'm talking about way back when I was a child. Now, lady, I don't know how old you is. Houston isn't the South. Or whatever you talking about. Houston isn't the South. I don't know what Houston is. My grandmother, I say, is from the South. She's from Houston, Texas. Now, how you take that? I'm very city, okay? Don't know nothing about no Houston and don't know nothing about no South shit. I ain't gonna hold you. Okay. But anyway, she used to just be like, she was just, therapy is not just, they didn't agree with you going to therapy. They didn't think that therapy did any good for people. They believed in ass whoopings and they believed in tough love and they believe in wipe them tears, get over it. They didn't believe in catering to the kids. These people now call this shit gentle parenting with their
Yeah,
children now.
right.
We used to get the shit off the tree and you know what I'm saying, and the extension cords, and we used to get the tough shit, you know what I'm saying? And these kids now get gentle parenting. Remember, we had a panel not too long talk about gentle parenting, right? And what gentle parenting does for kids today compared to what we saying back then, like, ass whooping didn't hurt us, you know what I'm saying?
May the
But
18th.
you talk about the gentle parenting now, and they don't believe in all of that, what we used to go through back in the day. But I know for me, when I decided that I needed to get therapy for the toxic trait bullshit in my family, because that was my choice, that was something that I did for me. It didn't matter how and what my grandmother beliefs were back then and what she was teaching people, because she was a matriarch and teaching people all down the line. It didn't matter what everybody else was. Well, it didn't matter what they what she thought at that time. It just what I felt I needed to do. It just felt what I needed to do for myself. So when I decided to get that for myself, I was able to get through certain different trials and tribulations. I was able to I was able to sustain jobs. I was able to, you know what I'm saying, raise my kids different. I was able to do certain things. And like I said, our children are born with a handbook or whatever the case may be. But I remember back then, she used to make it seem like going to counseling, going through therapy wasn't something that they did back then when she was,
information right.
young
Yeah,
at the time.
right.
And, that was years ago. My grandmother's gone and not here no more,
Right.
So
It's different. It's different. Every case is different when you're dealing with some stuff like this. But again, I'm gonna say this is that the only way you can get better is if, and I'm not saying, and I don't want nobody to think that I'm not trying to hold this lady accountable. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like, okay, that happened. What we gonna do? It already happened.
Mm-hmm.
So now what we gonna do to repair it? We can't do nothing. She gotta repair it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that I hope that somebody can get through to her.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because somebody got through to me. That's all I'm saying.
And somebody got through to me too. Yeah. And that was that lady that said that their therapy wasn't a good thing. She just had this one tough talk with me, and I'll never forget it, because I'm a rumbler. I ain't gonna hold you. Fighting was, if you wanted to go against me in the streets, you was gonna have a fight on your motherfucking hands, and I promise you that. Yeah. You were doing exactly what I wanted you to do, was get your wands on. Get them fists up, right? Yeah. So she had to talk to me, because at that point I had 2 kids and I still had that mentality that I still wanted to like fight and put my hands on you. You understand what I'm saying? Hey Sage. Okay, Sage, you there, love? Okay, she muted herself, y'all. They muted herself because she talking in the background.
Yeah.
And I just had that mentality that I wanted to fight, and it just took that lady right there to just be like, that's not how life works, and that's not what you show your daughters, and like what you doing for them, that you just feel like you just think you gonna just be going out here, and you don't think that you ain't gonna do no jail time behind like that kind of behavior and that kind of attitude. Just that real sit down talk with me. And then that's when she was like, I was like, well, ain't it? And I was just going off, and she was just like, well, if you really want to do something, she put me, honey, Yeah, when I told her I had nothing else to do but just get into shit and do shit, she came back to the house with pamphlets and shit for nursing school. You understand what I'm saying? And she paid for it cash. Okay, so you said you ain't had nothing to do. Well, I asked you what you wanted to do. And since you wanted to do that, let's go do that then. And she did exactly that. Right. She did exactly that. She paid for me to go. Okay, it wasn't no more excuses like, oh, I don't, this and that, and life is so hard, and this and that, and struggling, whatever. She want to hear that shit. Oh, you want nursing school? Got that. Oh, ain't no financial aid involved. I paid for it. You better be there. And she made sure she picked me up every day and took my ass, and she got my nursing uniform, my books, she made sure she paid for it, and I had to go. So I'm just saying, sometimes that tough love comes from within your family, and sometimes can't nobody get to you and get through to you better than your family has. And when I think of this lady, she says how she don't deal with family, how she's given up on family, and I think it's because she really don't want to hear the truth. Maybe she really just don't want to hear the family just tell her that she has been a complete fuck up for a long time and that she needs to straighten up. And she just really don't want to hear. Sometimes, sometimes it needs to come from strangers and you willing to listen to strangers, but sometimes it just got to come from your family. And it just so happened to be that the people in the street couldn't tell me how to do nothing. I didn't want to hear from them. I didn't want to, thank God it wasn't a Facebook and it wasn't a TikTok and it wasn't none of that shit. Right? It was a MySpace though. But MySpace was built on music and shit like that, not where you tell business, right? These motherfuckers get on here and tell your business. You tell all your business.
All of it. Oh my God.
All of your business. I remember when Facebook when I first hit the button go live on Facebook, it wasn't barely nobody on there. Everybody was just getting on Facebook and learning what Facebook really was, because they was coming off of MySpace, going on to Facebook. And when it wasn't MySpace and it wasn't Facebook, it was the talk line. Remember the talk line? Yeah. Where everybody just get on the talk line and talk and do all that stuff. So that just goes to show y'all how old school I really am and how old I really am. We didn't call fucking rugs like crack and shit. We didn't call that crack. We call that shit hubbas. You understand what I'm saying? That's how old school Yaya is. So I'm just saying, like, I come from an era of where there was tough love, ass whoopings, and get over it and suck it up, and you ain't got no options but to succeed. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. And nowadays, a lot of these kids is gentle parenting shit. Is a lot of soft, gentle parenting bullshit going on. And these kids are, oh no, I don't want to go to school, so you homeschool them. Right. You know what I'm saying? And now they not in school with kids when they should be in school with kids and not at home with you in adult business. Right. And then, and then again, this child said on a live just yesterday that how could she go anywhere and do anything? The mama had her stuck in the house all day. What freedom did she have to be doing all of the things that she could be doing? And the worstest thing you could do to a female child, is accuse them of doing things with their body. Right. You know what I'm saying? That may not be done, or their energy may not even be there. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was like, a lot of these girls now, they all wanted big titties and ass and shit, right? They do certain things to get it to be. No. What about us old schoolers that was just born that way? We just look like that from outgate. You know what I'm saying? Born, he came in the world with titties and ass already. Okay? Yeah. Right. Because we were built like that. Exactly. So, us younger females at 16 and 17, we had them 18-year-old and 19-year-olds and, you know what I'm saying, on our line because we was built a certain way. We looked a certain way. We looked older for our age and all that stuff. And I just hate that we all forget being 18 and wanting a boyfriend, being 16 and wanting a boyfriend, and wanting to be liked and having friends and wanting to go out and wanting to do them things that she doesn't want to allow this 18-year-old to do,
Right.
is bananas.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's bananas. It's sad, So I pray that their relationship get better. Actually, I pray that their relationship get better. I pray that the mom heals in some point, like she really just finds the time to seek help. Get help for yourself, get help for her, and then get help for y'all together. Y'all should have separate therapists. And then come and sit down and talk to that one therapist. While first of all, go to your own separate therapist and heal first. Heal, start that journey, and then once y'all start that healing process, then come in and have a conversation. Because I'm gonna tell you, the first thing I had to learn in therapy, and this is the hardest shit, and I keep telling this to y'all. You'll know a person that's had therapy versus a person that's never had therapy, or you'll know a person a person that's ever been a therapist that's given therapy. Because what I'm about to say, you'll be like, yep, yeah, that's how that works. When I got my first little set of therapy, I remember I wasn't allowed to tell the person that was sitting across from me how the fuck to feel. I had to listen and just accept what was being said at the time.
Right.
And how I was supposed to respond was, and this was the toughest thing, because I remember I used to have to, I was in there having to sit on my hands. Lord Jesus, grab the wheel. I had to sit on my hands. I wanted so bad. I just wanted to just like jump in there like, you lying and blah, 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 right? But I couldn't, because it was their turn and my turn. And I had to sit there, and they had to give me the same energy, but I had to sit there and listen to them speak. And I wasn't allowed to tell them how to feel. If that's what they perceived that was coming from me, that's the way that the energy that they got from me, that they were hurt and that I was supposed to respond to them in this manner. I apologize for saying that. I did not mean to hurt your feelings. I'll do better with listening to how you feel. I wasn't able to put a but in there, but you did. I wasn't able to do none of that. I just had to tell them, like, I had to just accept how they felt.
Right.
Because the whole point was not changing or spinning a narrative to no shit.
Right.
It was just take accountability for how you made that person feel, because you can't jump in. You don't know how you made that person feel. Like, if I hurt your feelings, it's your turn. I don't know how that made you feel. Only you know how to make you feel. Right. And if I keep telling you, like, I didn't really hurt your feelings, you'll be like, what are you saying to me? How the fuck you gonna tell me how to feel? You can't tell me how to feel. Right. That's the first thing somebody tell you. Well, in therapy, that's what they teach you. They teach you how to be able to listen, because if there's two people talking, ain't nobody listening. So right. You got to be willing to listen and not feel like you're being talked to, rather than you're just being told. This person's just bringing awareness to you on how they feel. Now it's up to you on how to, like, just learn how to talk to them, learn how to treat them better, learn how to be a better friend, a better mama, a better partner, a better wife, a better this, a better that. Therapy is something. It's something. It is, but it's worth it.
It is. And that's why I said when the young lady
Silver Fox
was having the trauma, she never said nothing bad about her mother. And that speaks volumes for her. Mm-hmm. It does, because she could have went on her trash. She could have trashed her mom, but she didn't. So That told me right there what kind of person Mercedes really is. Even in the heat of the moment.
Do you realize my daughters, sis, still don't do everything that I want them to do? Child. And I would just heal myself today trying to get my daughters to think and feel the way that I want them to feel. But now what I won't step down off of is these grandkids. Okay, I won't step down off these grandkids of mine. It's just that simple. Now I'm gonna speak on that. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm there. I'm an active grandparent. Got my grandbaby here with me now while her mama's at work. I'm an active grandparent. Okay, this baby don't have to go to daycare. She can, but she ain't got to. Cause she got grandparents, she got family, she got people that will jump right up in there and take care of her. And my daughter don't got, my youngest baby don't got nothing. While my other grandkids are older, they're in school, is different. She's the smallest out of everybody, so you know and she's the only girl, so you know I'm already just, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, child, just head over heels about her. It's all about ponies and pink and ponytails and rainbows and everything else when it